good follow-up question to the previous one. How do I know when to sell? Lee, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm glad we saved this one for last. I feel like it's the $1,000,000 question.
Yeah, right.
I'm not so sure I have $1,000,000 answer for it, but I mean, if you're going to, manually, I use the term manually, but if you're going to buy and sell anything, quite frankly, on your own, again, it does go back to having a plan. And why I say it's the $1,000,000 question. I think if anyone knew it, then they'd be doing pretty dang good, and some people do. But at the same time, it's a I don't want to say a guess, but a calculated decision, if you will, as to when's the best time to sell. I mean, as it relates to us and iFlip, we're never going to claim to sell at the exact top and buy at the exact bottom. We make the market prove itself to an extent there, and we play in the middle, 80 to 90%, I would say. So again, it's not I said I don't really have the $1,000,000 answer here, but I also know that I have the resource that does it all for me, so I don't have to worry about, is it the right time to sell, is it not? Again, back to my trades that I've done myself, there's been a few that I mean, looking back, I probably just got lucky and I sold them at a good time, and there were other ones on the flip side where, gosh, I bought that at a terrible time and I'm still probably paying for it at the same time. So you might have I know you're a little bit more of a trader than I am, so you might have a little bit different perspective on this, but love to hear your thoughts on, when you decide to sell and what it's based upon.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Just buy low, sell high. Done. Next question.
Right?
I mean, why are we complicating this? No, obviously easier said than done, and I'm just kidding. Traditional wisdom, I guess, would tell you, sell, don't sell until you need it, until you actually need that money decades later, right? That's the traditional kind of financial wisdom that we've mainstream media and our parents have kind of instilled in us, right? Just keep putting money away, ignore the market going down, just keep dollar cost averaging and all that, just keep putting money. It doesn't matter that you're losing today, you're going to make it back tomorrow in the next 10 years and whatnot. Don't sell ever. And that is, I think, going back to the financial advisor example that I gave before, is the industry makes money off of you behaving that way. That doesn't mean that it's the best possible behavior, right? Like I look at the health industry, right? For a long time, I mean, it's all over the place nowadays, but for a long time, carbs were good and fat was evil. So we saw all these like low fat kinds of things trending in like sugar, like low fat sugar and all that kind of stuff. Nowadays, it's like, oh, it's okay. Fats are good, like avocados and stuff is good. It's carbs that are evil. We're like, which one is it, right? For the most part, the financial industry has always sang the same tune, right? Never sell because I make money that way, and you will, whether you win or lose doesn't matter, right? You'll find out over decades, you'll probably end up winning. So yeah, I'm helping you out by telling you that. Now the reality of it is, you can, while that's kind of true, you can take buys and sells along the way, which is what iFlip does very well. Like I said, 3 for 3 in market corrections. Mainstream, like traditional wisdom is also that, hey, timing the market doesn't work, because if you miss the 10 best days in the market over a 10-year span, it's like you miss out on the majority of the gains. Okay, and that's what where most people, most financial gurus stop there. What they don't add is that if you also miss the 10 worst days, you would do way better than buy and hold whatever get you. They don't say that because then that's not good for them, right? But iFlip says that because that's the whole truth, and we're able to deliver that for you automatically. So that's why we've been able to do that. But again, we've not nailed the tops and bottoms automatically, like to the very, very tippy top and the very, very tippy bottom. We've just gotten pretty close. I've gotten complaints that iFlip kind of sucks because the market was at all-time highs in January of 2020 and we were out of the market. Do you remember that, Lee?
Oh yeah.
Right.
This thing doesn't work.
Yeah, they're like, your software is broken, right? This is before the COVID pandemic, before the shutdown, before the crash. Market is at all-time highs. Our president back then is beating his chest saying he's the best president ever because look at how great the stock market is doing. And we're out of the market the entire month. I got so much backlash being like, you're a software, you guys don't know what you're doing. The market's at all-time highs. How could you be out of the market? Give me a refund, et cetera, et cetera. Lee, do you hear stuff like that as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then the market crashed and we were still out of the market. All of a sudden, 4 weeks later, we're a freaking genius, right? We're like, oh my God, how did you know that the world was going to end? Right? How did you predict the COVID crash? And we're like, we didn't. The AI saw that this is risky mathematically, statistically, you know, ask Kelly the details. I don't know the details, but it determined it was too risky to stay in. So it got out without asking too many questions, without getting caught up in the hype, like most people did. And it just sold, right? So, and then it bought very near the bottom, right? It bought a little bit too early. It wasn't the actual bottom, but it was pretty close. But all that is to illustrate that the best time to sell is when you have mathematical, non-emotional proof and evidence to support it. Or when you actually need the money, which is a kind of a more long-term kind of question. After you've multiplied your account over many times over a span of decades, then yeah, you can sell when you need it. Short term, you got to have some kind of plan. You got to have some kind of mathematical rule-based system for how you exit, and that can vary greatly. And if you want to learn some of those things, the best place to learn that is in Dallas in October 20th to 21st. In Dallas, Texas. We have the registration link in the description below. Click the link below and you can join us and you can learn some of those strategies of how you can exit trades and investments without really having to stress out about it. Okay. But the real question is for all of you, how do you determine when you get out of an investment, and has it been working for you? If it's been working for you, I'd love to hear. I'm a trader, I'm a nerd about these things. I'd love to hear all of your success stories and your system, because I'm always willing to learn as well. Leave your thoughts and comments below.